data. Today, we're diving into Premier Energies, a company that's right at the heart of India's massive push into solar power. And this whole story really kicks off with one pretty incredible number.
Yeah, this is the number that's got everyone talking. 3,078 million rupees. That's the record-breaking quarterly profit Premier Energies just announced. And to be clear, this isn't just a good number. It's their best performance ever.
And that's straight from the horse's mouth. The company's own management is calling this a historic high point. But listen, a number that big doesn't just happen by accident. It's not a fluke. So the real question is, what's actually driving this incredible success?
Okay, so first, let's just look at the headline numbers, because they tell a really powerful story about growth and, more importantly, about profitability.
Now, what's so fascinating here is the difference between the top of the chart and the bottom. Revenue, it grew a very solid 12%. But look at the profitability. EBITDA, which is a key way to measure how much cash the operation is generating, it just skyrocketed by 61%. And the final profit after tax jumped a massive 55%. So this isn't just about growth, it's about highly profitable growth.
Premier's success isn't happening in a bubble. It's like they've caught the perfect wave, and that wave is a huge, powerful national movement, as India makes one of the biggest bets on solar energy the world has ever seen.
And this chart just shows you the insane scale of that bet. Between now and 2032, India is projected to add a staggering 283 gigawatts of solar. Just look at how it dwarfs everything else on the screen. It's more than 3 times the new wind capacity and almost 7 times the new coal capacity. This is nothing less than a fundamental rewiring of the entire country's energy grid.
And this solar boom is being supercharged by a whole set of government policies. You've got these programs to get solar panels on regular people's rooftops and on farms. And then you've got these really powerful incentives designed to boost domestic manufacturing, to make sure this whole revolution is stamped Made in India.
So you really got to understand these two acronyms here, DCR and ALM. Put simply, they create a protected, high-quality market for local players. For certain big projects, the rules say you must use Indian-made components from a government-approved list of companies. For a manufacturer like Premier Energies, this is an absolute game changer. So, in this massive, protected, and booming market, how is Premier Energies positioning itself to not just play the game, but to actually win it? Let's break down their strategy. Their core strategy is all about something called vertical integration. So instead of just buying parts and assembling a final panel, they control the entire production chain. They're making the raw silicone ingots and wafers, turning those into the high-tech solar cells, and then building the final modules. This gives them incredible control over cost, quality, and their own supply. And they're not just making more stuff, they're making better stuff. The company is moving really aggressively away from an older technology and investing big in the next generation, called TOPCon. All you need to know is this. TOPCon cells are way more efficient. They squeeze more electricity out of the exact same amount of sunlight. This chart of their order book is so telling. Of course, the biggest slice is for the finished solar panels, the modules. But look at that huge 39% slice. That's just for the cells. This means other manufacturers are actually coming to Premier just to buy their high-tech components. It's a huge vote of confidence in their technology. And the total value of that order book, it's just massive, over 86 billion rupees. And get this, 100% of it is for the Indian domestic market. They are completely focused, laser-focused on capturing this massive opportunity right there at home. But come on, it can't all be clear skies and sunshine, right? With this much growth, and so many companies rushing to build factories, you just know there have to be some risks out there. And this is the exact question that all the analysts are asking. It's just simple logic, right? If everybody and their brother builds a factory to make solar panels, you'd expect a huge supply glut, prices would crash, and nobody would make any money. But here's the company's brilliant counter-argument, and it's a direct quote from their management team. Their point is that the real bottleneck, the truly scarce thing in the market, isn't the final panel. Anyone can assemble those. The hard part is making the advanced, high-efficiency cells that go inside them. So here's the bottom line. While other companies are just focused on assembling the final product, Premier is making the most valuable ingredient. They're positioning themselves to be a critical technology supplier for the entire industry, and that gives them a really powerful advantage.
And they are not stopping here. Not even close. The company has laid out this incredibly ambitious roadmap for what's next, and they call it Mission 2028. By 2028, their plan is to be a fully integrated giant, with massive capacity from raw silicon all the way to finished panels. But look closer. They're also expanding into the next big things in the energy world: battery storage systems and inverters. You see, they're not just building a solar company anymore. They're building a comprehensive, one-stop-shop, clean technology company.
And all this leaves us with one final fascinating question. For decades, the story of high-tech manufacturing was centered elsewhere. But as India carries out one of the most ambitious energy transitions in history, is it possible that vertically integrated, tech-focused companies like Premier Energies are about to become the new titans of global clean tech? It's a question that could define the next chapter of the energy revolution. Thanks